Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. This is Joe with UFC Collect Profit. So today I'm going to do a little bit of a deep dive on a single card I'm looking to purchase. And this is the card right here. The 2010 Topps UFC Series 4 autograph, the Onyx edition out of 88 of Jon Jones. So this particular card is a card I've been looking at for a while. I have the base version of this autograph in my collection, but I was looking to pick up this one as well. And this one popped up through PSA on their website, and the auction ends in 20 minutes. So I'm gonna bid live with you on this video and see if I win it. So this should be kind of interesting. So this is the front of the card. Has the vintage John's Bones autograph, which I love. Amazing photography on the front. Like the way that the coloring is gives this vintage look. And a menacing glare by Jon Jones. It has the fencing from the octagon in the white with kind of this blown out, dramatic white, artistic rendering on here. Just a stunningly simple but beautiful card. And then on the back here, we see Jon Jones light heavyweight, authentic 2010 Topps autograph card. And the numbering is down here, 18 out of 88. So for this year, for 2010 Topps, they had the base autograph, they had the Onyx autograph, they had the red autograph out of 15, and then they had the diamond autograph out of 1. So this is the second tier, I would say. And out of those 88 cards, only 5 have been graded total by PSA. No BGS has graded a couple, but these don't come up too often in the wild, and especially for auction at a reasonable price. So the question is, why would I buy this card? Should I buy this card? And what is the thought process behind this? So to start out, I mean, this is a 15-year-old card of an all-time great. And getting the vintage autograph means something to me and my collection. This era of autographs, this specific set has 70 individuals that signed for this set. A lot of individuals, because 70 is a reasonable number, they try to get the whole set. And while most of them go after the base, I know some higher-end collectors try to go after the octagon and even the reds. But I think this is a desirable set. It's a historic set, and it's of arguably one of the top 5 fighters in UFC history. You can make the argument he's number 1. Some people feel because, he got popped for PEDs, it lowers his status in the UFC lore. I'm not really here to discuss that, but his standing in the sport is unrivaled for his impact and what he's done. So let's look at some of the past pricing on cardladder.com. This card recently sold is an authentic Auto 9 for $700 back in April. The edging here looks a little rough. It's hard to tell with these crappy photos that people do. Like, at least wipe off the card, dude. Like, I don't know what is going on here. There's an epidemic of horrible pictures up on eBay. And I don't know what I can do to fix it, but I'm going to call it out every time I see it. So that's that. Then we have a Grail one. This is a Pop 1, a PSA 10. I don't like the autograph on this. So like the J is kind of weird and the E's missing, but the card got a Gem 10. For the condition of the card, they don't really count the autograph because there's no separate subgrade for the autograph, but still a sick card, went for $2,800. Again, this is a Pop 1. We go to a BGS 9510. This one for $1,200. Back over a year and a half ago. And it's funny, like the further you go back, the more you're like, wow, I probably should have bought it back then, but who knew? An 8, straight 8, went for $400. And I'm going to show you something that's kind of interesting as well. So I'm going to scroll all the way back to the bottom here to 2010. So when this product first came out and this card was up on eBay, you could have got this for $40.69, $41, $41, $40. So I notice a lot of people in collectibles, especially individuals that haven't been through this. I want to say younger collectibles, but it's not even younger individuals collecting. It's just people that haven't done this for a while. Is that a lot of us fall into this trap of a mental price anchor and being stuck to it. So what I mean is this card here for, say, $700, and I have an opportunity to bid on it for $1,000. The auction ends in 15 minutes. Let's say I don't buy it, and then 5 years goes by, and we look and see that UFC collectibles have taken off to an even higher level. John Jones is still a legend in the sport, and say this card is $3,000 then. Well, at $3,000, I may think back and go, oh my gosh, I could have got it for $1,000. I'm not going to overpay $2,000 for what I could have got it for 5 years earlier. And I think that's the wrong way to look at collectibles or investments or a lot of things in life. You can't be stuck in price memory. It's good to use for research purposes to understand the history of something, but if you're using it to prevent yourself from deploying cash to buy something you think can go up in value, I think that's a losing mindset. Because if I was interested in this card in say 2021 in a PSA 9 for $312, I mean, sorry, you can't really see that. Let me pull up a better one. So let's do this one. 2021, I want to put one with a better photo. There we go. So 2021 or 2022, this 7 went for $450. And then in 2021, this 7 went for $270. So let's just say I was going to buy this card at this time in $270 and I didn't win it. And now I come back in the market 4 years later. I see that this card sold for $700 in this grade, the authentic 9. And now there's an 8 with a 10 auto at 1,000. I can talk myself out of buying it because it's like, oh, I missed it at the cheaper price, so now it's too expensive. And if you study collectibles and you're studying the right things to collect, scarcity, rarity, demand, things that are iconic, things that are sustainable. You know, the UFC is a collectible card, is still new. It's only 16 years old, so we don't have that much data. But if you look at how combat fighting and WWE fighting is now under one company, TKO Sports, and some really smart people run those companies, and they believe that as we go into the future and we have more free time, as artificial intelligence allows us to do our jobs easier, we have more free time and more free money, and we are going to value in-person experiences, in-person events, and especially sports. And people much smarter than me, with much bigger bankrolls than me, are banking on sports in person being where the place is going to be in the future. And if you believe in that, and you believe in UFC as a product, and you believe that WWE, now under the same company, that you're going to have synergy between the two sports and events, and that they're only going to help each other grow, and you're going to have cross promotion of WWE and UFC, and they're going to tie together. I just think the sky's the limit for this stuff, and I think it bleeds over into collectibles, and especially stuff like this. So that's kind of my thought on this. So the last sale of an authentic 9, and without seeing the back of the card, it's hard to speculate, and I can't pull it up here because I don't see the link. But with this top edge in this corner at the best, let's just say this would have been a 7. So a 7.9 to 700, and 8.10 for 1,000 seems reasonable to me. I'm not saying it's a deal. I think it's a reasonable market range for the card that makes sense. Especially when there's only 88 made and PSA's only graded 5 of them. So next, I want to go to the sales of the base of this card. So they don't put out numbers for how many were made of the base card. My best guess, and again, like I'm going to jump to a different website here real quick. So this is blowoutcards.com. This is the blaster boxes for, the blaster 12 box lot of UFC. So this is 12 boxes of 5 packs each. It's like the little retail boxes. I think, I Actually, I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if these are retail or hobby. I think these are retail though. And this is a case of 12 of those 5-pack boxes, so 60 packs. But if you look at the numbers down here, they didn't produce numbers, odds for this that I could find or that I could pull up on ChatGPT for the hobby boxes, but they did for these. And if you look at the odds here for the autographs, if the autographs are 1 in every 210 blaster boxes, not hobby boxes, is blaster, and the Onyx is 1 in 3,500. So again, not knowing that this equates to the hobby boxes, but just as a general guide, the base autographs were 17 times easier to get versus the Onyx. And if there's 88 of the Onyx, and you do some basic math, 88 times 17, what does that come out to? 88 times 17, 1,496. So does that mean that they did 1,500 base autographs of everybody? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know if this math checks out. I don't even know if this is right. I don't know if they did base autographs for all 70 individuals on the checklist and they did all 88 Onyxes for all of them. Like, that stuff is unknown. And they do miss people, and people don't get included, or they only sign a certain amount, or some get lost in printing. Like, we're just guessing. So if you're, let's just assume, let's call it 1,000 to be conservative, that there's 12 times more of the base. So going back to the information here, if there are 1,000 of these and an ungraded one did $250, the BGS 9 did $380. The red out of 15 and a 910 did 1,500. That's a different product. This one, another base, did 275. If you use those assumptions, it's paying 4 times more for a graded 810 out of the 88 for a card that's 10 times rarer, 12 times rarer, 15 times rarer. Somewhere in that range, is it worth it? For me, it is. That I can reason in my head logically that makes sense. So now I want to go to the price of the booster boxes. There are none available online that I could find from any of the major spots. I mean, I showed these blaster boxes, or this case of blaster boxes, for $950. So you're getting 60 packs for $950. But you know, these odds are totally different. Again, David Adams is sold out. But if you go here for the sealed hobby box, 16 packs with 2 autographs guaranteed per box and 2 memorabilia cards guaranteed per box. So for the price of a little bit more than a box, I get a guaranteed John Jones out of 88. So I think I have 4 of these boxes in my collection sealed, if I remember. Oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't realize he was on the side of it. That's kind of sick. So you have him on the one side. You have Randy Couture on the other side. You have Lydell on the front. You have Brock Lesnar on the one side. Kenny Florian on the other. Sorry. Shane Carwin on this one. I thought this was Randy Couture. My bad. John Bones Jones, Brock Lesnar. So anyway, the box is 7 and the Jones Chase out of 88 is 1,000. That makes sense to me. And then here, this is cardboardconnection.com, a good resource to look up any collecting product or card products ever been released, and to kind of show you, it shows you the cards and give you some of the information on it. So these are the cards from the product. And again, it breaks it down here, 16 packs per box, 8 cards per pack. You get 2 autograph cards, which we mentioned, 2 relic cards, 16 parallel cards, 16 insert cards. So there's 200 base cards, but what I want to show here are the autographs. So there's 70 inserts here for the autographs. You have the base, which we estimate to be about 1,000, but we don't know. It's the best guess, maybe it'd be 1,500. We have the Onyx out of 88, which is the John Jones that we are looking to bid on, which nobody's bid yet, but 1,000 will be where I place my bid right at the end. You have the red out of 8 I misspoke and said out of 15, but I thought this is out of 15, unless that's a guess. It has to be on the back of the card. Let me see. Does this pull up? Let me see. Yeah, it says out of 15. So is this wrong information? Or is there another autograph in here that I'm not aware of? Let me see something. F, let me do 15. Is there any other 15 on here that I'm not aware of? Thoughts from the boss? No. So I guess I have to assume that this is wrong. It says it's out of 8, but clearly, assuming I'm not losing my mind and this is the right set, which it certainly looks like it is, it's actually out of 15. So take that for what it's worth. So that's that. Then again, the blaster odds here. So to circle back to this card, it ends in 4 minutes. I just think this is a good pickup and it's good to add to the collection. And I wish I would have had the base one. I could have showed you on camera of the one I have. I think this autograph looks better than the one I have. I'm surprised. I mean, it got a 10 auto. There is a little bit of fading, a touch. Like it's not a perfectly bold autograph, but I like that the entire signature is at least there. Like the J is complete. It's a good looking autograph, like almost in the dead center of the sticker here, which is kind of cool. And also what I like on this card too is that if you zoom out, it's not easy to tell that this is a sticker autograph. Now maybe in hand it's a little bit different, but I think the way that they placed this, it looks good and it's held up well over the years. Like the card has held up well itself. See a little bit of a ding here on the corner, a little bit of wear on this corner. Again, like this part here, especially where his hair is and it's darker, like these edges are so brutal, and especially here, but this edge looks super clean. Edge looks super clean here. And the back of it being white here really helps the eye peel of the card be easier. This corner, like a little bit of white in here. I'm not sure what, is that a scratch or an imperfection? I don't know if that's on the case or not. It might be on the case because I see a scratch here. It might go over. It might be just an imperfection on the case, a little bit of dust there or hair or something. So yeah, that kind of is my review on this. And you know, there's 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. I'm going to dive a little bit more into the pricing on these and go back a little bit further. I have it on my cell phone here to keep an eye on it. So see, this is a mislisting. This said Onyx here, but it's not. This is the base auto. So that's a mistake. In 2023, the 6 out of 88 did 225. And again, like the price memory fallacy. But here, there's no, it's just bones. There's no J bones. But the color of this one is definitely bolder than that. I don't know if that's because it's faded over the years or it's a different color pen. Hard to say. Let's see. That one looks more like mine a little bit. So this was a 9/10 auto from SGC for $290. Again, as we get back into 2022, like these prices just drop consistently. And then like during COVID, the price spiked. So this 8 did $660. Then they came back down to earth. But it's wild. Like look at this jump here. From 2010 to 2013, 2010 to 2019, you could have got this card for basically $40 or less. I'm not like this $92 one. I don't know what happened here. So for we'll call it 8 years, you had the opportunity to get this card for under $100. COVID hits, explosion. It goes from under $100 to $660, comes back down to earth a little bit, builds back up. And the collectibles market is larger than ever. UFC is larger than ever. Social media, John Jones has tons of moments. He's a huge like YouTube friendly fighter. There's interviews that people talk about him all the time on YouTube, from Rogan to Daniel Cormier and Dana White. Like, his name is constantly in the news, even though he isn't fighting, which is beautiful for the card. So here we go. So there's 30 seconds left. I'm going to place a bid for $1,023.01. So we're counting down. Let me pull the card up for good luck. We'll see my bid hit from my phone. 10, 9, 8, 7. I'm going to wait till 5 seconds. I just bid. My bid went through. My bid showed up there. Let's see if I win it. It looks like I won it for $1,000. $1,000 because I'm tax exempt. I don't pay tax, which is beautiful. And because I use a 3% cashback credit card, I highly recommend the Robinhood credit card. Look it up. You get 3% cashback on all your purchases, no limit. So between no tax and 3% cash back, I'll get $30 back on this, $6 shipping. So for $9.75, I added a PSA 8 10 auto John Jones to my collection. And mission accomplished, and I'm very happy. So if you got something out of this video, how I look at stuff, how I break things down, how it makes sense to me, please like and comment the video. I greatly appreciate it. It also helps out the algorithm. If you want to see more daily UFC collectibles content, please subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate it. And this was a fun video tonight. Kind of researching the card leading into the auction. I think I'm going to try to do more of these. Whether I win or lose, or I end up not placing the bid, maybe I think it over a little bit and I talk myself out of it. Like, it doesn't even matter about whether I win the card or not, or buy it or not. It's the repetition of the thought process and the enjoyment of going through that, and the fun of just researching history. I mean, I knew these are collectible cards, but this is history of sport. This is the history of our country. This is the history of things that are interesting to us. I mean, I read a lot of history books in general, and whether I'm reading about like Teddy Roosevelt or presidents, or the history of boxing, or the history of the central banking system, like, all the stuff connects together of human nature, human behavior, what's interesting, and there's some learning. And I really get a kick out of it, and hopefully you do too. So with all that being said, have a good night. Take care of yourself. Love your family. Love yourself. Make sure you do your cardio every day to take care of your heart. Drink your water. And I'll talk to you again soon.